This program is brought to you by Emory University.
So in this week's edition of the Emory Sports Marketing Analytics course, we have a really interesting guest and a much more local guest than the past. Tim Downs, who is your title actually the athletic director at Emory, or was it something a little bit different?
Well, athletic director is a little bit misleading because that would imply I'm athletic. So I'm the director of athletics and recreation.
Okay. Now, Tim, just to sort of put the context out there for you. So thus far in the class, we've really focused on college sports. And so we've had some folks in from the University of Georgia's athletic department. And one of the things that came across again and again was really this notion of driving revenues.
Right.
And while it wasn't explicitly stated, very clearly in that world, at the Big Five conference world, a customer is a source of revenue, and a lot of what those guys think and talk about is in making each customer asset more valuable. Okay? And so what we're really looking forward to, getting your perspective is on, for an institution like Emory that's a little bit different, is how do you also see, even though it's not in terms of direct revenues, but how does athletics actually help manage and grow the Emory brand?
Right. Well, and I think a lot of what they do, and there's revenue tied to it, is to bring people together and to use athletics as a gathering place, as a place to generate revenue. We have the first piece of that. And I think we look at our athletic program in two ways. One is it's student development. Okay. And I think if we are able to justify what we do within the higher education context, then student development comes first. But it's also to develop community, to give people a place, whether it's through intercollegiate athletics and coming and watching, or it's through our recreation program for people to gather and to use athletics. We will never be the entertainment in town. So it has to be a more personal experience for us, and that's really what drives our interest in marketing our program.
Okay, well, and maybe it's a real obvious question, but I would guess that a certain type of prospective student athlete is really interested in coming to Emory specifically because they can continue on with their athletic career.
Well, I think what really defines our students is that they're not defined by their athletic experience, that they have an opportunity to come to one of the best universities in the world and compete for championships and be involved in the community. And you lose a little bit of that at the Division I level, where it's become very professionalized and you're so focused on your sport that, that's probably number one, and then the academics will fall after that. And where our students can, and this is how we sell it, they can come here and do everything at a very high level.